Neymar da Silva Santos Jr. is considered one of the best footballers in the world. Scoring and dribbling machine, Neymar Jr. is currently playing for Paris Saint-Germain. His flashy skills on the football field can be matched only by his flashy lifestyle. Early life. Neymar Jr. was born in 1992 in Sao Paulo, Brazil. His father, Neymar Sr., and his mother, Nadine, lived in poverty. When Neymar's mother was pregnant, they were so poor that they couldn't afford the ultrasound to check on their baby's development. He was the firstborn child, and later on, he got a sister, Rafaela Santos. When he was only 4 months old, he survived a horrific car crash. Some driver lost control and bashed their family car. Miraculously, he didn't break a single bone in his body. Recalling the event, Neymar Sr. said, "While in a state of shock, I said to my wife, Nadine, I am dying. Everything happened so quickly, and there was a lot of confusion. His hip bone was broken, but he was worried only about his son." People rushed to help them, but Neymar Jr. was covered in blood. His head was cut by all the broken glass. Thankfully, he was rushed to the hospital and doctors managed to nurture him back to health. While growing up, he was trying to follow in his father's footsteps. His father, Neymar Sr., was an amateur footballer who played in Brazil's lowest league. After the horrific accident, he was forced to abandon his career. Their family became even poorer. Over time, his father couldn't even pay for the electric bills, so Neymar's family had to live by candlelight. Eventually, they had to move to their grandparents' house, and Neymar Jr. shared a single bed with his younger sister. His father worked multiple jobs to provide them with electricity and basic necessities of life. The area in which they lived, Mogi das Cruzes, remains to this day a dangerous, poverty-stricken area with a lot of drug use and crime. When he started school, he developed a passion for football and for video games. Even to this day, he likes to play video games and he does that in his free time. At the age of 6, he started combining futsal with football. Futsal is a hardcore football game that developed his technique and the ability to perform in tight spaces. In the year of 1999, the family moved to São Vicente to support Neymar Jr.'s futsal dreams. Upon passing the trials for a team called Portuguesa Santista, people started to notice his technical skills and his creativity. Later, they proclaimed him the child phenomenon. Eventually, he became the best futsal kid in the academy. His tricks and feints remain to this day the trademark of his game. In the year of 2003, Santos FC, one of the biggest clubs in the country, offered Neymar Jr. a contract. It was a dream come true. Their family bought a new home near the stadium of Santos FC. They have constantly praised their son for helping their family get out of poverty. At the age of 14, European scouts started to fight for him. In the year of 2006, Neymar Jr. got the invitation for trials of Real Madrid's academy. However, the negotiations failed, and Neymar Sr. wasn't happy with what they've offered to his son. Neymar Jr. returned to play for Santos FC. The club raised his earnings 10 times to prevent the international scouts and other clubs from taking him. His football prowess and skills kept getting better and better. At the age of 17, he started playing for Santos FC's first team. Soon, he would be world famous for his plays, for his feints and tricks, which were done so easily. In 2013, he signed a historic contract with FC Barcelona. With that contract, Neymar Jr.'s life changed forever. In the coming years, he would go on to play with football legends like Lionel Messi, Luis Suarez, Gerard Piqué, and others. Among many accomplishments, they won together the Champions League, La Liga, Copa del Rey, UEFA Super Cup, Spanish Super Cup, and FIFA Club World Cup. In addition to the success with FC Barcelona, he won with Brazil the Confederations Cup and the gold medal in the Summer Olympics of 2016. In 2017, Neymar Jr. signed a historic contract in which he would transfer from FC Barcelona to Paris Saint-Germain for 222 million euros. Endorsements. Considered to be the most marketable athlete in the world, Neymar Jr. signed a contract with Nike when he was only 13 years old. His contract that lasted over 15 years brought him more than $105 million in endorsement. However, he shocked the world when he ended things with Nike and signed an endorsement deal with Puma, receiving $30 million annually. Allegedly, an employee of Nike told her friends and colleagues that in 2016, while in New York, Neymar Jr. tried to force her to perform oral sex in his hotel room. After she filed a complaint to Nike in 2018, the company hired lawyers to investigate. In 2019, they stopped featuring Neymar in their marketing campaigns. In 2020, after he refused to cooperate with the investigation, Nike ended their contract with Neymar Jr. Love life. Neymar Jr. is known as quite the ladies' man. His first girlfriend, Carolina Dantas, is the mother of his son, Davi Luca. However, not long after Davi Luca was born, the couple split up because of Neymar's infidelity. In the same year, he started dating Brazilian model and actress Barbara Evans, but that was very short-lived. In the same year, he moved on to yet another woman, Carol Abranches, also a model. They were reportedly in an open relationship. The next year, at a carnival in Rio de Janeiro, Neymar Jr. met and fell in love with Bruna Marquezine. They dated for 6 years. During their time together, the couple broke up a few times due to the distance. From 2012 to 2018, Neymar Jr. was also seen dating Patricia Jordan, Larissa Oliveira, Tayla Ayala, and Elizabeth Martinez. After his transfer to Paris Saint-Germain, he started dating German TV host Janin Ullman, who was 10 years older than him. Around August 2020, he started dating Croatian-Cuban model Natalia Barulic. That didn't last long, and he quickly switched to Brazilian pop singer Gabby. His current girlfriend is Bruna Biancardi, a Brazilian social media influencer. The couple started dating in 2021 and are still together, but they keep a low profile on their relationship. In an interview this year, the Brazilian, who is still recovering from injury, said he doesn't want to stop partying. When he's not playing football or partying, he likes to play video games, which he did from his early childhood. His favorite games are FIFA and Call of Duty, but he also loves playing poker. He likes movies and often goes to the cinema with his family and friends. How Neymar spends his earnings. Among his possessions, his lavish mansion in Brazil is considered his Batcave. Neymar Jr. is a huge fan of Batman. The mansion has 6 bedrooms, a gym, helipad, tennis court, a swimming pool with panoramic view, and a wine cellar. His yacht, Nadine 78, is worth $8 million. When he is not playing football, he could be seen partying with his friends on the yacht. Neymar is very close to his friends and family. He likes to pay for their trips and even sends his private plane if someone needs it. He also owns a private jet, like the rest of the football elite. His Embraer Legacy 450 is around $15 million. The airplane is suited for 9 people. He currently lives in an expensive rental home in Paris, and before him, in that home lived legendary Ronaldinho and the famous French actor Gerard Depardieu. His car collection is something else. Among his cars, he has a Ferrari 458 Italia, Maserati MC12, R8 Spider, Aston Martin Vulcan, Porsche Panamera Turbo, and many others. Lamborghini Veneno, the most expensive car in his collection, is worth around $4.5 million. Although his car collection is impressive, he bought himself a new toy. He bought a helicopter, Airbus H-145, for $15 million. Being a fan of Batman, he customized the interior in the style of his favorite superhero. The helicopter is suited for 10 people. His extravagant lifestyle made him a world fashion icon, and he was the only Brazilian athlete to be featured on the cover of the Time magazine.